It was a New York institution. Tonight, family, friends, and this city are mourning the death of 2nd Avenue Deli owner Abe Lebewohl. He was gunned down this morning while making a bank deposit.
Good evening. This is Al Goldstein from Midnight Blue. This is a serious editorial, serious eulogy for a friend of mine who was murdered. Abe Lebewohl was the owner of the 2nd Avenue Deli, one of the most gentle, generous, giving special men I've ever known. I never got a bill. He'd send up food platters, Christmas and holidays to Screw Magazine. Never would charge us. After a while, I stopped going because I felt it's a Jewish word called schnorrer, freeloader. I wanted to pay. But we've done pieces on Abe for a long time. I'm not into kosher food, but some of his food was extraordinarily good. More importantly, he was a dear, special friend. He fed the homeless. At the end of the day, he gave his food to street people. He was being picketed. There was some union problems. He sent soup out to the picket line. For me, he would send food to my son in college. This was a caring, loving, generous man. He shortchanged his wife and his daughter because he worked 18 hours a day, yet he was murdered. He was murdered because somebody, I think it was an insider job, somebody knew when the deposit was going to the bank. They waited for Monday morning because they were weekend deposits, and they shot him in the head. They murdered him. And so I and other friends of Abe, Ralph Felder, Jackie Mason, I've thrown in $5,000, have set up a reward system. I'm hoping somebody out in Midnight Blue Land may know somebody who's boasted about the murder, who was the kind of person who would do the murder. Right now, the rewards total more than $40,000. Give that scumbag up. A, you'll make money, and B, somebody who was a cold-blooded murderer, who took away from all his friends a very special person. That murderer, I hope, will get the electric chair. I favor capital punishment. But that person, cold-blooded murderer that he is, should not be walking on the face of this earth, breathing the air that you and I breathe. Abe, words mean nothing. We have memories of you, and they're very special, and they are what counts. But if we can apprehend, and I don't want to do America's Most Wanted, if we can get the murderer of Abe, this will be the greatest gift we can have this year. Thank you.
So I think the world really ought to grieve for a human being like this.
People were as passionate about Abe Lebewohl as he was about people.
He knew all of his customers, but what I'm going to miss him most is because he was so human.
Part of New York died today when Abe Lebewohl died. He was an original.
And now, at only 64, Abe is gone. But surely he lives on in the memories he left behind of the goodness.
L'chaim, to life.